Hello and welcome to Hacks, where today we are looking at the Hack the Box starting point machine Meow. So this box is ranked as a really easy box, and you can find it by going into Labs, clicking on starting point, and then you're going to be in tier 0, and you should see it right at the top there. Now, what I like about these starting point boxes is that they actually give you a number of questions that you need to answer along with it. So I think that this will be a good way to sort of ease into boxes, a good way to learn. So yeah, this isn't going to be a video for your advanced hackers, it's going to be a video for new people to cybersecurity who just want to sort of get to grips with the basics. So the first thing we need to do is we need to connect to the Hack the Box environment. And if you look here on the right, you've got a little button that says connect to Hack the Box. Then it will give you a number of options: OpenVPN or Pwnbox. Now the way you're probably going to want to do it is via the OpenVPN, and then you just need to make sure that the servers are the right servers, and then you can download your VPN. I currently can't change it because I've got an instance up and running, but you can see there that I'm on EU starting point 1, UDP 133, download VPN, and either do that through your virtual machine, so log in on your virtual machine and download it, or if you're doing it on Windows, put it in your shared folder somewhere where you can access it. Then once you're in, what we need to do is we need to connect to the VPN in order to progress. So the best way to do that is to go into your virtual box, open up your terminal, and now I need to remember where mine is. So I need to go to Media, SF OneDrive, and then I believe it's Hack the Box. You can see there it's putting in the backslashes to sort of break, to allow you to put spaces in your file path. And then I believe it's in VPN. You can see there I've got my starting point. Let's make that bigger. Starting point hacks OpenVPN file. So all I need to do now is I'm going to sudo it, and I'm going to do OpenVPN, and then I'm going to say media, and I'm going to do SF OneDrive, and I'm going to do hack. Keyboard's a bit broken, but the box, and then I'm going to say VPN, and then I'm going to say starting point. And what that should do, ask you for your password, but then you should get this initiation sequence completed. Now this is the way that it tells, well, I don't think it actually tells you to do it this way, but there is an easier way of doing this as well on a regular basis. If you right click your adapter and you go to edit connections, you can actually add it in there. You just go plus, scroll down to import save VPN configuration, create, and then you find your file and click OK, and then you'll just be able to select your VPN from your drop down menu. Very nice. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open a new terminal tab, Control-Shift-T, I believe. It might just be Control-T. Right, so now we are on the starting point box, and we can come back to here. Once you're connected, it should give you a green tick. There we go. And then it will ask you, you'll have a button here that says spawn machine, and once it's spawned it will give you your IP address, so make a note of that. It's nice, it copies the IP for you. But now we have some questions, and it says, what does the acronym VM stand for? Well, that's easy, that's virtual machine. What tool do we interact with the operating system with in order to start our VPN connection? The answer to that ends with an L, it's terminal. And what service do we use to form our VPN connection? And that is just OpenVPN. Right, now it's asking, what is the abbreviated name for a tunnel interface in the output of your VPN boot up sequence? We can check this by just going ifconfig, You can see there you've got your ETH0, that's your physical interface. That's 10.0.2.15. You've got your loopback address, which is how you sort of talk to yourself. But then we've also got TUN0, which is 10.10.15.119. But the abbreviation is just TUN. As you can see there, 3 letters. And what tool do we test our connection to the target? So in order to make sure that you can speak to the target, I don't think you need to sudo it. You shouldn't have to, but it's just force of habit. Paste selection. Oh, no, that's not what we wanted. We want the IP address, don't we? So, what's that? There we go. And you can see there, you start getting a response back from the server. And then just to end that ping, you press Control-C, and you're done. So you know that the server's talking to you. You know that it's up and it's responding. In some cases, ICMP might be disabled on the firewall, so you might not get pings back. It doesn't mean the box isn't alive, it just means you need to be a bit more tactical about how you go about determining whether it's online. So we now know that the tool that we use to check the communication to the box is called ping, P-I-N-G. Now we need to, what is the name of the tool that we can use to scan the target's ports? So, in order to find out what services are listening on this box, we can use a tool called mmap. And mmap is a network mapping tool. You can feed it whole ranges of IP addresses. You can feed it a CEDAR range where it's just /24 if you know your networking. And there's a lot of flags that you can add to it, but because port 20, well, whichever port is open on this box falls into the most commonly used ports, all we have to do is just mmap the IP address. But there's various other flags that you can do to enumerate the services more. It's also got a really powerful scripting engine which I use all the time just to verify certain things, certain findings that I find. But if we just do sudo mmap and then the IP address, hopefully it shouldn't take so long, but we can see that port 23 is open. And we also have the question, the answer to this question is, what is the tool we can use to scan the target's ports? Well, it's mmap. What service do we identify on port 23 TCP during our scans? So TCP is the protocol, as you can see there, and the service is Telnet, which is going to be the answer there. And then what username identity works to log into the remote service on the login prompt on our target? Login prompt? Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to telnet to the host on port 23. So what you do is you type telnet, the IP address, and port 23. And there you can see we've connected to it. Now if we wait a couple of seconds, we should see something interesting happen. There we go. Meow login. Now, port 23 is usually associated with Windows machines. So the first username we're going to try is administrator. And let's try it with a blank password. And we should get a notification to say incorrect. So we can try admin with a blank password. And that's wrong. So, okay, what are the other common usernames? I mean, root is for Linux, but surely it won't be here. Well, there we go. We are now logged into the system as root. So even though it's using port 23, which is commonly a Windows port, it's actually a Linux box running Ubuntu. And now we're logged in. So we know that the answer to this question is root, because it ends with T. It sort of gives you the answer there, to be honest. I mean, while you do suspect that it is a Windows box because of Telnet, you can sort of assume, ends in T, 4 letters. And then finally, we have to submit the root flag. And all you have to do for that is you have to hunt it down and find it. Luckily for us, it's dropped us in the correct directory where the flag is. ls just lists out the directory. And then we can just cat flag.txt, and there's your flag. And all you have to do is copy that out of there and submit it to the website, where it will tell you that you were successful. It's a really good entry-level box. It gets you enumerating the services, it gets you logging into the box, and it gets you looking for the file. Not much to it, very easy. You could perhaps look around the operating system once you're done to see if there's any more information that could help you in future boxes, so you can check the home directory. There's no other users in there, it's just root. You've got a snap directory there, but I believe that's default, I'm not too sure. You could also check the history, see what's been going on. It's just us that's been on there, but that's it. I hope this has helped you solve the box. If it has, give me a thumbs up, maybe leave me a comment, and I will see you next time. Kind regards.